Have you ever seen something online that everyone keeps talking about? Something strange? Something mysterious? Something that makes you think, is this actually real? That's exactly what happened to me. One night I was scrolling through the internet and I kept seeing the same thing everywhere. People talking about a soulmate sketch. Apparently, there's a psychic service and they claim they can draw the face of your soulmate. Not describe them, not guess, but actually draw them. At first, I thought it sounded ridiculous. I mean, how could anyone possibly know what your future partner looks like? But the more I read about it, the more curious I became. Thousands of people were trying it, and some of them said the results were surprisingly accurate. Some even said they later met someone who looked exactly like the drawing. Now that sounded crazy, but also incredibly fascinating. So I kept thinking about it. What if it actually worked? What if somewhere out there's someone destined to cross your path, and somehow a psychic could see that connection? I knew I had to try it, just to see what would happen, so I went to the official website. The process was actually very simple. They asked me to fill out a short form. Basic information, my name, my birthday, and a few questions about my personality. Things like how I approach relationships, what kind of energy I bring into love. According to the site, these details help the psychic connect with your emotional energy and understand your romantic destiny. Honestly, I still wasn't sure what to believe. Part of me was excited. Part of me was skeptical. But I submitted the request anyway. Then came the waiting. They said the drawing could take up to 24 hours. So I tried to forget about it, but I kept thinking about it all day. What if the drawing looked like someone I know? What if it looked completely unfamiliar? What if it looked like no one at all? The next morning, I checked my email, and there it was. The message had arrived. Inside the email was a digital drawing, my soulmate sketch. I paused before opening it, because suddenly the whole experiment felt real. Then I clicked the image, and honestly, I was surprised. The sketch looked incredibly detailed. It didn't feel random. The expression looked natural, almost like a real portrait. I just stared at the drawing for a while, trying to imagine meeting that person someday. Could that really be someone I'll meet in the future? It was a strange feeling. Part curiosity, part excitement, and a little bit emotional, too. The email also included a short description. It talked about the personality of this soulmate, how they might behave in relationships, how our connection might feel. Some parts of it felt surprisingly accurate, which made the whole experience even more interesting. Now, I'm not saying this proves anything. Some people will definitely be skeptical, and that's completely understandable. I was skeptical too, but I have to admit, the experience was fascinating. And honestly, pretty fun. It makes you think about love and destiny in a different way. Because what if, somewhere out there, someone is meant to meet you, and maybe your paths just haven't crossed yet? If you're curious to try the same experience I did, I left the official link in the description. That's the exact place where I ordered my sketch. If you decide to try it, I'd love to hear what your drawing looks like. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll see that face again in real life, and that would be a story worth telling.